Hello students, in the previous video we saw theoretically how to use a stack for testing whether a given number is palindrome or not. In this video we will write a function for performing that requires a stack structure to be defined. Here I have the statements. I am defining max to be of the value 10, it's a preprocessor statement. Then type define stack, type define struct. That is, I am defining this structure. It has two fields. One is of integer type of array S of size max. Another one is integer type of top, one field. Then I am naming this structure as stack. The data type is stack, S-T-A-C-K, stack. Then these are the functions we have to define. What is that? I have a push function, returns nothing, takes two arguments. One is pointer to stack type of data, it takes another integer. Then displays a function, returns nothing, it takes a variable of stack type. Pop is a function which returns an integer type of data. It takes as argument a pointer to stack type of data. Then check palindrome is another function, returns nothing, takes no arguments. These are the functions required for performing or for testing whether a given number is palindrome or not. I will now be defining the check palindrome function. This is the check palindrome function. As I told, returns nothing, it takes no arguments. This is the check palindrome function. In this function, I am declaring some local variables num, temp num and remainder. That is, I have a variable num, then I have another variable temp num and a variable remainder. So these are the local variables I have declared, and I have declared stk1 a stack variable. stk1 is of type stack. That means this will have the memory allocated for the S array and the top. I initialize stk1 dot top to -1. This is my initial value. Whenever I am pushing an element, we have to increment top and push. Whenever we are popping an element, we have to remove the element and decrement top. Okay, initially I have done stk1 dot top -1. Then enter the number to check. Say I enter now the number 1221. This is the number I have entered. That means num variable has a value 1221. In this I am storing one. Then after this I have written temp num is equal to num. The reason for this is, in this loop I am changing the value of the num. So I don't want to lose the original value of num. So I have written temp num a variable. In this I am storing the value num. That is, I have 1, 2, 2, 1 here. Then here we have the loop wherein we find the remainder and push to the stack. That is, as long as number is greater than 0, we go on performing this. So remainder first with this 1, 2, 2, 1. Remainder first becomes 1. Then push this to the stack. 1 is pushed to the stack. Then top is 0. Then divide num by 10. That is, now num becomes 1 to 2. Then again, number is greater than 0, find the remainder. Remainder of now this is 2, then push 2 to stack. See the statement I have written. Address of stk1, comma, remainder. These are the two arguments passed to the push function, and that is what I had told you while writing the prototype. It takes one argument, that is, the first argument is a pointer to stack type of data, and the second argument it accepts is an integer. This is a pointer to stack type of data and this is an integer. Okay, I call this, then 2 is pushed to the stack, then divide the number by 10. So divide the number by 10, it is 12. Find the remainder. Remainder is again 2, push 2 to stack. Now the top is this. Then divide the number by 10. Number by 10 is 2. Find the remainder. Remainder is 1. Push remainder to stack. Then divide the number by 10. Number becomes 0. Now number is greater than 0 is false because the number has become 0. Greater than 0 is false. Control comes out of the loop. That is, we pushed the digits of this number to the stack from the units place onwards. That is, units place, tens place, hundreds place and the thousand place. The digit at the thousand place is on top of the stack. Then we have pushed the elements. We have to pop and check whether it is palindrome or not. For that, we have written the loop here. In this, num is equal to temp num. Num has become 0. We have to perform the same operation. So we should regain or we should get back the value of num. That's the reason I have written num is equal to temp num. What do we have in temp num? 1, 2, 2, 1. So this is assigned to the value num. That is 1, 2, 2, 1. Again perform the same loop. So the first thing is we are performing the remainder. The remainder of this is 1. Then if remainder is not equal to pop from stack. What is the remainder now? Here. It is the units place. The remainder is from the units place. I have to compare this with the 1000th place digit. Where do I have the 1000th place digit? It is on top of the stack. That is what we are doing here. If remainder is not equal to pop from stack, that is, we are pushing the address of stk1 to stack. If it is not equal, then break. That means we have found that it is not a palindrome. If it is equal, then we have to perform the same loop again. That is, we have already popped it. So this is not there on top of stack because 1 is equal to 1. Then num is equal to num divided by 10. Find the remainder. It's greater than 0. So find the remainder. Remainder becomes 2. If 2 is not equal to pop from stack. What do we have on stack? 2. This is of the 100th position. This is of the 10th position. So we are comparing these two. If it is not equal, break. Currently it's equal, so we do not break. We perform num is equal to num divided by 10. Find the, it's greater than 0. Find the remainder. Pop from stack and compare. The not equal is false, so it will not break. Num is equal to num divided by 10. Num becomes 1. Find the, it is greater than 0. Find the remainder. Pop from stack and compare. So on top, we'll have popped these two elements in the previous two rounds. So this is equal to this. That is, we are comparing the digit at the 1000th place with the digit at the units place. So now these two are equal. Again, perform num divided by 10. This becomes 0. While number is greater than 0 is the condition. The condition is false, so the control comes on. Outside the loop, we have to check whether we have popped all the elements. We will have popped all the elements if we are finding a match. If we do not find a match, we break from the loop. That is, we do not pop further. So, if the number is palindrome, the top will be equal to -1. That's what we are testing here. If stack top is equal to -1, that means print the number is palindrome. Otherwise, print the number is not a palindrome. So, this is a function to test for whether a given number is palindrome or not using a stack. This function assumes that you have written the push and the pop functions. Okay, complete that push and pop functions. This is how we have to check. Thank you.